And there we have it. Took probably an hour to change the way it works, but now, as you can see, although these are a bit flickery because it cannot print that much stuff in one frame, this stuff is solid because this is already printed and we're not clearing the screen. And that is just for me because I had a bit of a bug. One of them wasn't quite right. Like I said, it's tricky editing, but it's been done now, and I bet no one's going to watch the 20-minute video that I was showing what I was doing and how it worked, so we'll do that quickly now. Yep, there we go. So first off, there's Lost. Now I watched that ages ago, mate. Nice. Right, so this is some basic stuff. MP string is quite important. That's basically where the mountains are going to be. So you'll see what that means later. And the rest of it is just turning the screen black, clearing the screen, and most importantly, our dimension 2 variables up to 50, although you only need 40. I'll show you why in a minute. One is called M string, which is for the mountains, you know, the zigzags there, and the other one is C string, which is basically the mountain. Now I'll show you how that works. So if I list 20, anyway, yeah, if we list 20, and then right next to that I list 60, I think it is, you will see that they should match up. Just clear things out of the way. Right, so here we've got the mountains being drawn. So you've got a diagonal as that circle there, that thing. Maybe I can zoom it up a bit more. That's just cursor up, and the Q, reverse Q there, that's cursor down. So it's just really, so every time it draws like one of the diagonals, are you going to go up or down? So it's a bit like an etcher sketch like that. And this C string, which is the one that will wipe that one out, is exactly the same thing, except for each of the diagonals I had to go through manually one by one and replace them with spaces. Now one of them wasn't quite right, that's why you got the numbers in the corner, because I needed to find out exactly which one I hadn't done right. And then the actual program that does something is from 100 onwards. So right, these first 3 lines, they just draw like the band on the bottom. There you go, you know, the green band, the ground for Moon Patrol. Well, it doesn't have to be Moon Patrol. Now I worked out that I had to do it this way because I could not work out how to do it in the 4 next loop, but it doesn't matter. It's only one time out of 40. So all you've got is a number from 110 to 40. Sorry, from 10 to 49. But because of the way it works, I couldn't find out a way of fitting it all in. But I probably could fit all this in onto one line now. So, but that's basically what it is. So if you look up here, see. Well, that's a bad example, but they're all like this. It goes from 10 to 49. So so what you're doing is you're printing. So if it was 11, the last thing that was drawn on the screen at the start was 10. So you do that number -1 to clear it. So C string is the spaces for the mountains, and then on top of that, well, I've got the print business for the number L, so I could work out where the error was. And then you print the actual thing there. So it's always one less for the one that you clear, except when you start at 10, because it would have to be 49. And there's no way to do that in the for next loop and fit it all in, and you can't say, oh, but if L equals 10, then, you know, doesn't work. That's a bit of a mind-bending one, that was, I must admit. But anyway, so now what we're going to do is get the whole lot in on one line. If I don't fuck it up. And then we'll see how much faster it goes. Plus, we're going to take out all this stuff here. That's printing the number L in the corner of the screen there, because we don't need that. So the goal with BASIC is really, you have to get as much into a single line as you possibly can. And you can only get 80 characters, you can only input 80 characters when you're entering line numbers for BASIC. So that's just how it is. So all we need to do is get all this stuff from up here onto that line. So that's why I'm replacing the word print with the spaces, because then it will all fit and everyone will be happy. And then the whole thing is just going to loop round on here. The reason you want to do this is simply because BASIC on the C64, and possibly for all BASICs that are interpreted, it actually compiles one line at a time. So when it gets to line 100, this bollocks you've typed in, it has to turn that into machine code. So it goes away, does some magic, whatever that line number was, creates some machine code on the fly, and then it executes it on the CPU. Hence the lack of speed in most games in BASIC. So now that we've explained that, all I've got to do is type it in, and of course I've got the curtains closed now because I was going to play some C64 games, but this is taking longer than I thought now, so we're going to have to put the battery on for a little charge, but at least I'll get this done now. Ooh, see? Yeah. Come on, I can't see in the dark. Right, so I'm going to enter that, and it will accept it because it's 80 characters, less than 80 characters, 2 rows. If you won't go over that, it won't accept. So if I carried on typing and went down to row 3, it would only take those 2 rows there. But with a little bit of magic, this is how you crunch line numbers, and it is really important actually. Ah, no! Better be right now. There you go. So it's expanded everything. So we don't need 105, I don't think. But I'm just going to leave it there for now. And we'll see if it works. Right, run. Look how fast it is. That is fast. That's probably faster than most Amstrad games in 100% Z80 machine code. Although the graphics look a bit PET. Never mind PET-ski, they are true PET graphics, these are. But then that does make you wonder, how fast would this run on the 2 MHz PET that I've got. I've actually got 3 Commodore PETs, but I won't go into that. But yeah, this is a success. And you know what? I'm such a maverick that I haven't even saved that. So I've been typing for ages and I haven't saved it once. But this isn't Windows. Shit doesn't magically crash for no reason. MNPTRL. Man, come on. I can see the screen sort of like flashing a bit there, so luckily the picture hasn't gone and we are going to get to save it. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Yeah, it is a large program. I'll list the entire program for you, but probably 99% of the program is actually just M string brackets 10 whatever equals and a whole load of bullshit. So, but before that, I'm going to verify that. So. How long did it take to save? Because usually verifying is takes half as long as saving. But anyway, this is how big the program is. So there you go. That's all the code, everything. So you can't complain. It's just gobbledygook if you look at it like that, because well, you basically have to make your own PET-ski graphics on the screen, and then put them into the thing by hand manually the first time, and then add in the cursor controls that you need as you go. But this is where we hit the limit. See, I couldn't do mountains any bigger, like taller, because you only got 80 columns and there's no way to shrink any of the rest of the stuff. Is literally C string, 36 or whatever equals speech marks. There's no space, and some of them do go right to the end, and I never even thought of that, and it's lucky that I just happened to pick the magic number. So there you go. So I don't think we need 105, not even if we don't. Let's just run it one more time. Now, I haven't put any colour controls in there, so if you want, is it a Wise terminal that had a blue screen, not a green screen? They were really nice, actually. The ones that they have in war games. Yeah, so let's list 10. Let's see. So, by the magic of one single poke, can change the entire thing to a blue screen. It's literally just the characters. There's no space for anything other than the actual diagonal left, right, and the cursor business to do it. So there you go. That's how I did it. And Jesus Christ, it's still nearly 14 minutes.